Hey guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. I am so excited about today. I'm so excited about today. You guys are going to love this. I'm just saying, you guys are going to love this. Um, so, we have an update on someone we saw in the past, but we saw her in little bits and pieces. So, on December 20th, we saw her. On December 27th, we saw her. And then, I don't remember the last day. It's like a week later. We saw her again. And, no, I'm not muted. Wait, I just wanna make sure you can hear me because this is good. Can you hear me? Do I need to turn my mic up? Because I will. Mika, I don't know if you're muted or not muted, but I hope you had the best birthday. Okay, this girl, she is cringy. You That's the only word that we described her as the first time we saw her. She is cringy. Now, I want you to remember Christopher is the prosecutor, not her defense attorney. He's the prosecutor. So, Mika, just so you know, I turned my mic volume down a little bit because I got some comments saying that I was blowing their ears out, um, which is just me. Hi, Christy. So, Gemma, how's your caravan? Hi, RW. Okay, so we're going to go through this and we're going to see Judge Khan. And then after we get through all of her cases, it wraps up today. Don't worry, it wraps up today. Um, you're gonna we're gonna go to a different judge that takes an absolutely completely different approach, and you're gonna love both of them. You're gonna love all of these. And then we're gonna get some parole, I mean probation violations, and then you guys are gonna say it's boring. But hey, Jessica, it's not boring to me. Here we go. You might have already seen this. Hi, Lisi. You might have already seen this before. I had this on my stream, but I gathered them all together so you can see it all. You can see them all, and they're great to watch again. Don't worry. If you already saw it, you're going to love it. You're going to love it again.
I can still hear you okay.
There's Miss
All right, good. This is
Butler.
the first time I'm using Zoom on my phone.
Remember, Miss Butler is painful. She's just painful. There's no way around it, which I don't know makes this better.
So just making sure I'm doing it right.
And it seems like everyone is back in the courtroom and we are back on the record.
Okay, good morning. I can see that Ms. Butler's here. We have the defendant here as well.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Good. You sound good.
Thank you. I love your glasses, by the way.
Say that again?
I love your glasses.
Oh, well, thank you for that. I appreciate that.
You look really good in them.
Well, it's a good thing because I need them.
Yeah, I need mine too, so I need to get out.
Well, let's talk about the case. Let's figure out where we are. Ms. Butler, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Thank you, Your Honor. I've had the chance now to talk to Ms. Torres Villalobos a couple of times about the various offers that are on the table. She today would like to address bond to see if she's able to.
Miss Butler is so freaking painful to begin with. And now her connection is making her stutter. Okay, so the cringy one, the loud cringy one, is down on the bottom right. The cringy part is when she talks to Christopher Reynolds, who's up in the top center square. He is the prosecutor. The prosecutor. Okay. The Miss Butler, if you don't remember her, she talks very hard to get the words out, but then she does. That's how she talks. And now she's breaking up.
get out of custody and return back for her next court date. I know that she does have that there are a number of open cases pending for her in municipal court. You know, it's unfortunately I'm appearing today on my phone because of our scheduling issues. So I'm having a little bit of difficulty kind of accessing a lot of information regarding her bond, her current bond status in all of those cases. But I believe there's at least one that is not eligible for a mandatory PR bond.
All right.
Is that
and-
correct?
Yeah,
I
go
was
ahead
told
and tell me what
I'm sorry.
else you'd like me to know, and then if Ms. Torres Villalobos would like to say anything, she can as well.
I
Thank
was told
you.
this morning, that I had a $50 cash or surety bond, I guess. All the other bonds are all PR bonds, and this is just a cash or surety. I don't know how that works or what, but when I was telling Laura and Miss Butler, if let's just work on trying to get me a PR bond and get me out of custody, so that way I can go back into the juror courtroom, and we can try and do it again, and try and do the 89 days with work release, maybe.
Okay, so let me
So,
pause for a moment.
just to provide,
Because see, Judge, the only problem that I have is the paper. I don't have a problem signing. The problem that I have is who I have to sign it for and who she's sharing it with. I don't want all those programs to be involved in my case. They don't need to be involved in my case. Some of them I will accept, but I don't want, that's a lot, Judge. That's like 20, 25 programs that want to share my information with each other. And I don't want that, Judge. I don't mind signing the paper. I don't. But you know what? Let me get on PR bond and I'll figure out, we can figure out a few of the programs that can share the information about me. And I can work with just them, because I can't work with 25 different programs. That's
I
just
can
too
see
much.
Mr. Reynolds pausing for a moment. So this is the plea bargain offer that was made by Mr. Reynolds. Mr. Reynolds, do you want to try to have a follow-up conversation with Ms. Butler about the release of information?
I just don't
I'm
feel-
happy to do that.
Hi, Chris. You're so
Hi.
handsome.
Yeah. It's good to see you. I'm
So
sorry.
handsome. I can't look at you right now.
Okay. I'm sorry that you're in jail. I'm happy to do that if Miss Butler would like to talk about it. I know that lots of different folks have, at least a few folks have talked to Miss Torres Villalobos about the release of information. But so I'm happy to do that. It doesn't mean she would need to work with all those programs. It just
I don't
means
want to work with all those. It's too much.
mostly it would mean that we
That's
would be
the
able to
safety.
talk really fluidly with BHAP about your situation, and also any housing providers that might be.
With you, I don't mind talking to certain people. I've gotten along with you better than I have with any of them. I don't want to release a whole lot of information to a whole lot of people, like to this shelter, to Focus Entry, and to this one, and to that. That's just too many programs. It's driving me nuts, Chris. I can't. I don't mind sharing. If you want, I can go today. If I get released today, I can go today to the courthouse, and I can talk to you, and only you, Chris, only you, about who I want the release form to get the release form. So clinical would be one of them.
You can cross out organizations on the release. That is a possibility. That's
Please,
on.
I think like maybe 5, maybe 5 of them, maybe. And I still think that's way too much, because that's just too much for me to release information to everybody. I can't do that, Chris.
So I don't know if the, and I appreciate that. Veronica. I don't know if the court wants me to address bond right now or to have a position on what.
Let's address bond first, and then we
Okay.
can go, and if we need some additional time, we can go from there. So any further argument? I understand what Ms. Torres Villalobos has said about bond. Ms. Butler, anything else that you'd like to say? And then I'll give Mr. Reynolds a chance to weigh in.
I mean, I think Ms. Torres Villalobos pretty much explained everything that we have been discussing. You know, it's not that she doesn't want to work with these programs or continue, you know, with this process. It's just, I think her being in custody, you know, that's causing the biggest kind of barrier and hesitation right now. So, you know, I think she was able to articulate kind of what her concerns are, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Reynolds, any position you'd like to take on bond?
Your Honor, at this point, we would object to a PR bond in 22-3879, the obstructing government operations charge. We believe the court has the authority to impose a cash bond, and it's mostly due to Ms. Torres Villalobos, you know, taking one step forward and two steps back in terms of not following through with court appointments. And so until we have some
Time we'll do it. This is too much, Chris. For all those programs, it's too much. I can't do that. I mean, I'm not even like, it's just too much. It's too much. I'm releasing too much information. I can't, I'm getting pulled from one side to the next by each one of these programs. And I'm like, well, which one is going to help me? Because neither of them have helped me. Please, Chris, I'll meet with you today. And I'll buckle down with you today, please.
Hey,
I'll meet with
Veronica?
you and I'll work with you. Only you. I'll do it for
Veronica?
you, Chris. I will do it for you and only you, on Scout's honor.
It's got to prepare you. This is a really good part. So pay attention to this part because it's very funny.
Yeah. Por mi Diosito Santo, Scout's honor, I'll meet with you today.
Okay,
and
let's
we'll
hold on.
buckle down.
Let's just hold on for a moment. Ms.
meet
Aguirre,
with
did
you
you want to
guys
say
if I
something
need
just real
to.
briefly?
Yes, Veronica?
Yes.
I
No,
do-
why are you here?
Because this is a
No,
Open
no, 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 no.
courtroom.
Judge, excuse me, Judge, I don't want to speak with this lady, right now. I don't want her in the courtroom. I don't know why she's here.
She's
so
the
let's do
probation
this.
officer.
Ms. Gary, so that we don't aggravate Ms. Torres Villalobos, you can communicate whatever you need to Mr. Reynolds, and he can pass it along to her. We'll address the bond right now.
That's her probation
It is an
officer.
open courtroom, so I do allow people to be present, but we'll limit it to the lawyers making conversations about the issues about bond. Mr. Reynolds has already made his argument. I've also heard from Ms. Butler. Ms. Torres Villalobos, believe me, I do not like the fact that we're having to hold you in custody, but I don't have confidence that you'll follow through with coming to trial on case number
So I'm
22-3879.
start doing 89 days because I'm not signing that paper then.
So I am going to deny the request for a PR bond. If you'd like to have a further conversation with your lawyer about the next step, we can do that now. She's gone away.
She's
Go on, Your Honor. She had to
gone
turn off
away.
her camera, however.
Okay, and I can see the officer. So
Yeah,
officer, is
that's-
Ms. Molina, Ms. Torres Villalobos not willing to participate any further?
Yep.
Okay, we'll go ahead and make that notation, and then we'll make a decision later on when to recall her, but we may have to call her again on another day.
Remember
We couldn't get
that.
through it today, but we're
Remember that.
making some progress. It's minimal, but we can have some further discussions, but you can go get the next defendant. If you're ready to get Miss Lee, you can go get Miss Lee. Thank you, officer.
And while we have Elodie and Ms. Butler, can I just propose that Elodie meet with Veronica at some point in the near future to
Yes.
talk about lining out specific agencies that she doesn't want to have on the ROI. And if it's not like all of them, then we would accept that as a
Yes.
signed ROI. I would leave it to
Yes, it
Elodie
is.
to prioritize the ones that are most likely needed to get Veronica into housing. But that is also something that can happen. So I just wanted to let Ms. Butler and Elodie know that would be an option to allay some of Ms. Torres Villalobos' concerns about the ROI.
Okay, thank you for that, Mr. Reynolds. And I'm going to hold off on setting a new date to see Ms. Torres Villalobos. We'll probably want some information back from the prosecutor's office as to where things stand on the plea offer. If there's been a conversation that she's decided to accept that because she's signed the ROI, then we can recall the case at that point.
Okay,
That's the next one.
and Joan Lee's refusing to come down.
Okay, we'll indicate that on the record. She's going to see the state she's going to see the state, I think, tomorrow. That's why we were going to try to see her today.
Okay,
I think she got PR bonds in all of her state cases.
Okay.
That's
She'll
what
be held on ours since she's refused to see us. She's going to be held
Right.
on ours.
Okay.
yeah, we're good.
Thank you.
Okay, that was the first one. Now that we're into it, I need to pause. So I just want to say thank you very much to Renette Davidson for supporting me on Patreon. I really appreciate it. And I want to thank you to Spuds. Spud doesn't like doing the monthly commitment, which I don't either, because then you forget about it. And 7 years later, you've been given $1 to some person you haven't seen in 4 years. So she decided Spud wanted to do the PayPal instead. So I put my PayPal on my YouTube description. So if you want to do something, but you don't want to do a monthly, which that would be me, you can do PayPal. It's on there. Thank you so much. So Spud donated $100, which doubled my income for the month. Thank you, Spud. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it a lot. Okay. All right. Don't worry. That was just the first one. That was the first time we met her. And then there's more. And I'm not putting my camera on during this because I'm not. You guys are just gonna have to suffer through it like I do. It might be triggering for some people if it was real. It might be triggering. So just, whatever. Here we go.
Okay.
Sharon or?
Nope, this is it. Just, they just want to check in with her, get a quick status from her.
This is 7 days later. So we were on December 20th was the last one. And she didn't want to sign that paper. So they didn't let her out. Hey, Mel. So this is 7 days later. Here we go.
Officer Rex, just so you know, Judge Khan just step out for a little bit. He'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, either way.
Why are you pissing me off?
That's the finger that works.
How are you?
Good, good to see you.
I
think they're gonna check in with you to see how things are going.
Things are going great. I look cute or what? Yeah. No, I'm trying. Things are going great. Smell great in here or what?
Yeah.
You know who does this?
Oh, yeah? Cleaned it up in here?
Yep. Every time. Last time I was here, I did that one. I was over there across the way. And then they moved me to this one across the way over here in the bottom. I did that one too. So I did that one in April, that one the far side in April, when I was here, and did 45 days. And then when I did 2 weeks here, I did this one. And then now here, that was 3 months ago.
Multiple
I do it every 3
crimes.
months. That one cleaned me up every 3 months.
She's about to have a meltdown,
I wish they
guys.
would let me out here so I can I only did it like real quick though. The last time I was here, I did it real quick, but I did the vents and everything, all the vents out there and everything, and it was like, so what's going on?
Okay, good morning. Good morning, Miss Molina, or Miss,
Morning, how are you?
I'm well, how are you? And I misspoke.
Looking wonderful, as usual.
Well, thank you. We had
Where's Chris Reynolds
rescheduled.
at?
I'm sorry,
I'm sorry?
I couldn't hear you.
I said, looking gorgeous as usual.
No, it's very nice of you. Thank you. You're looking a little better rested, so that's good to see.
Yeah, well, actually, they started me on, Seroquel during the day.
Okay,
So I take Seroquel during the day and then I have Seroquel at night, so it helps me. My anxiety is not even at all bad. I've had to confess a couple things to a couple of the deputies here, which is very, very hard for me because I don't think it's anybody's business because it's something personal.
right.
Uh,
Well, I don't want to cause you too much emotion.
It's just, it's different. It's really, really difficult for me to express that to anybody because it's something personal and I don't like it, but it's like, maybe this is what they want. Like, maybe this is what they want. They know something's wrong. Something's bothering me. I need to just come out and say it. So I told one of the deputies here this
Please
morning
don't.
about it and she's
Please.
like, okay. So yeah, you're kind of traumatized by what happened to you from a young age. Gosh, okay, so I'm just gonna tell you real quick, okay? Because if I don't
Okay.
tell you,
I want to make sure it's okay
so
with
at
you.
a young age, my
Miss Butler,
real
is it
dad,
okay for her to share?
my
Okay.
real dad, his brother, he molested me. And my brother killed him. When I was 14, it happened again. Some guy that I was dating and his little brother tended to latch onto my boob while I was sleeping. And then when I was 20 years old, a guy that grew up with us, he grew up with my brother. This is my brother's best friend. And he used to live with my mom and I. He tried to slip a pill into my beer that I was drinking. And I saw it. And I told him I didn't want to drink anymore. So I went to bed. Well, I ended up waking up and he was having sex with me. So my brothers found out about that. One of my brothers that was in prison found out about it. And so that's not very well. He's in Texas right now. They're looking for him. They're probably gonna kill him. I can't do anything about it because I am the only girl. I'm an only daughter to my dad and only daughter to my mom. And my brother, he's my goddad. So he's got more pull than I do. So it's very difficult to have to go through that. And then on the outs, Kapowski, I think it is. I had to confess to him that it had happened again to me out there. So when I was out there, it happened to me. I had to confess all this stuff to everybody, and I don't want to because I feel ashamed. And I guess it's traumatized me, but I don't show it. But there's something that everybody sees, like there's something wrong with her. Like, how can this girl not be traumatized and not be this? I am, believe me, I am. I just hold it off real well and just coke and smile and that's it. But I can't hold it in anymore.
Yeah.
So being on the pills here and everything and just letting it all out, it's just, I clean. That's why I clean. You know, I have to keep myself busy because that's why I'm so clean and so like, I get nervous when people touch me. I don't want people touching me and everything. I'm just like, no, like because of that, because of everything I've been through. But what am I supposed to do, Judge? You tell me, what would you do?
Well, I'll tell you, I think it's a real breakthrough that you're talking about it. It takes a lot of courage for you to do that. So,
Judge, it's very difficult
this is
because
an
now I
odd
don't.
place
I
for
feel
that
like
to
everybody's
happen,
gonna
but I
judge me.
appreciate it.
Everybody's gonna judge me now and be like, oh, you're bad, but
I don't think so. I don't think people are going to judge you.
that's the most difficult part for me is that I didn't want to say anything to anybody because I didn't want anybody to look at me and judge me, you know, because like that's how I feel now. You know, I feel like everybody's gonna be like, oh, I knew something was wrong with her. You know, and it's like, I don't want them to look at me like that. I'm a good kid, Jonah. I'm a good kid. I am. I don't go looking for trouble. I don't do anything like that. I try to do my best. I may bend and break the rules, but I don't make them. I may bend and break the law, but I don't make it. You know, I'm
Yeah.
a good girl. I'm a good kid, Your Honor. I really, really am. I mean, I'm not a kid, but I mean, when you look at me like, you're just like a little girl.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why some of the reason why I act the way I act, that kind of babyish kind of, but I know when people look at me, they're like, she's just a little kid, she's a little girl, she acts like a little girl and this, that, but now, okay, well, now you know why. You know, there's a better reason, there's the reason why I act like that, because my mom's held me next to her ever since all this happened. You know, I mean, my mom was sleeping in the next room, but she found out about it the next day and she told him, get the fuck out. She told him, get the fuck out. And my brother got a hold of him. My second oldest brother got a hold of him, kicked his ass. He ended up taking off to Texas. And then I found him out there in Texas. I'm like, oh my God. It's like, now I'm even more scared. It's
So
difficult.
let me
you know?
suggest something to you, Miss Molina. I really appreciate you sharing what you've shared. I think it's actually a good thing that you're feeling like you can share that. And you should not feel ashamed. You didn't do these things. Now, I'm not a counselor, but I think the first step for you is to be able to acknowledge things that have happened so you can get some help, because there are people that can help you with this. And that's part of the reason that we've had our navigators wanting to work with you, is to just see if they could help you get some help that you need.
Right. I know. And it's just difficult because I don't want to tell anybody anything. I don't want to tell anybody. I'm not trying to hide it, but I'm not trying to tell anybody anything because then that shows my weakness. I'm a strong woman. I am. Now, I think the kids, you know, that have cancer and everything else, I think they're stronger than me. I mean, Your Honor, I even want to sit there and I want to open my own day shelter to help the homeless. Why?
Veronica,
I don't know.
Veronica, I just want to step in real quick and just.
I love your glasses.
Oh, thank you. I just want to let you know that I think it takes more strength to be able to share these experiences and, you know, talk to people and open up about it than to keep it inside and just keep that hard
I've
shell.
been holding that in. I'm 43 years old now. I'm 43 years old. I've been holding it in that long.
I think, yeah.
Since I was 20 years old.
All right.
I've been holding it in that long.
Let's talk
The only
next
reason why
steps.
I'm sorry?
Let's talk next steps for you then, Miss Molina.
What are my next steps?
What I
Please
would
tell me
like
that
to
I'm
do,
gonna get out.
what I would like
I
to
can
do,
go sign the paperwork.
I'm sorry?
I said, please tell me I'm gonna get out so I can go sign paperwork with Chris Reynolds.
I want you to sign it. I'm going to see you on Friday. And that's when I want to be able to hopefully move forward with your cases.
Am I getting out then?
It's quite
Please.
possible. It's quite possible.
No, I'll do it. I'll go see you in court. I'll go see you on Friday.
Here's
Just
what
let me
the
get out,
linchpin
please,
is we need you to take that next step, which is what the prosecutors have been asking, for you to be eligible for the plea bargain that they've offered. They want you to sign that ROI, so that you can.
Well, I'll sign it today, but I'll go see you on Friday still, but I'll sign it today if I can get out today.
You'll see me on Friday. If it's signed on Friday, I'm inclined to then go forward with the plea bargain if you choose to, and then your jail time would be done for this case.
On Friday?
That's contingent on you signing things and then entering your plea on Friday. That's up to you if you decide to do that, you and your lawyer.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I agree to it. I'll agree to sign it right now. Where's the paper at?
Okay.
I'll sign it right now.
It may take a little while for someone to get that paper in front of you, but I know they've been anxious for you to do that for some time.
Yeah, they have.
I
Okay, so
know Elodie here in court with us. Elodie, will you be the one who would bring that paper to Veronica for her to sign?
Yes, today I'm at the Justice Center, but tomorrow I will be at the jail and I can bring that paper for Veronica to sign.
That would be great. And then we'll see you Friday morning, Ms. Molina.
here or over there?
Yeah, you'll be you'll be at the jail until Friday. But I'm gonna have you sign that paperwork today, if you can.
Promise I'm gonna get out of jail on Friday.
You will have served 23 days in custody by Friday. And so the sentence
I
that they
get
were
beat.
recommending was 30 days, but I can do less than that if I decide it's appropriate to do that. And so if you sign that paperwork, I'm gonna be releasing you from custody. I want to get you, but I want you to follow up with therapy. That's the whole idea behind this.
I know. Can you
Okay.
just be my therapist?
I'm not qualified.
Well, I mean, you're a judge, you gotta be qualified for something. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, this is about what I'm qualified for, but you've got people there who are really pulling for you. Elodie and the team that's been working out there at the jail with you and want to work with you at the jail at least. And then people at Mental Health Partners, when you get out, would be there to assist you. So you've got people who are willing to help you. But you have to take that next step. This is a big first step. I can't tell you how big a step this is for you, but you got to follow through with it. Okay.
Okay, so on Friday then?
Friday,
So Friday morning then?
same time, right around 11 o'clock. We'll see you 10:30 or 11.
And
Okay, thank
it
you so
sounds
much.
like, and Elodie will come to the jail tomorrow with that paper. So that's,
So can I get a piece of paper saying that I'm getting out on Friday?
It's up to you on you deciding whether to sign that paperwork when it comes out to you tomorrow.
Oh,
That's
wait a
what
minute.
you-
Okay, so wait a minute. I don't mind signing that paper, but I don't want that many. The only one I'll release my information to, Focus Entry and VHAP. All those other programs, I don't need to.
So I think it'll be important for you, Ms. Butler, to work with the prosecutor's office to see what you can do to meet that need. The
Too
register.
many programs, Your Honor. I don't feel comfortable doing that.
I know you
That's
don't, and
sharing a lot of
that's been
information.
the problem. I understand that.
Elodie,
The ROI can be worked out between you all.
Okay,
Elodie, can you give me a call whenever you have some time, just so that I can have a better understanding of each of those programs on that form?
Miss Butler, nobody has time to call you. Nobody has time to call you. Because if they asked you even one simple question, that would be it for the rest of the day.
And kind of
it's a lot.
what
It's
services
a lot
they.
of names. and
Okay.
Yeah,
you're
I
gonna be able to
don't want
cross
that many
some of them
programs. I
off.
don't mind VHAP and Focus Entry because those things can help me. But all the other ones, I don't want to release
What
my information.
about-
I'll release my information to the,
What
Why
about
to
don't
the
we
ones
leave
that
it at
are
this?
more
Why don't we
important.
leave it at this? Elodie, if you can just schedule some time perhaps with Miss Molina on tomorrow. And then in the
Yes.
interim, Ms. Butler and Ms. Keller and you can coordinate on how you want to proceed with that ROI. And just for everybody's purposes, at 23 days already in, if there was a 30-day jail sentence based on the way the jails calculate credit for time served, it could be over for Ms. Molina as far as being released, and I would make that effective on Friday. But it is contingent on her
And
executing.
now,
her-
am I still gonna have open cases, Your Honor?
I'm sorry,
Am I still gonna have open cases?
not as I understand the plea offer. No.
Okay, all right, okay, I just wanted to make sure.
It gets
Thank you so
worse.
much. I
Veronica,
appreciate it, and we'll see you Friday.
Well, hang in
Veronica,
there. We'll see you on Friday.
tomorrow
Thank
I can
you.
come see you and we can cross off the agencies you do not want shared the information, okay?
All right, I'll see you on Thursday.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good couple
Bye.
days.
Bye. You too, thank you, bye, honey.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
So
Thank you, Nia.
Thank you. Sorry for the late start today, everybody.
Appreciate it.
I'm getting out.
Thank you, officer.
So we do see her. I mean, the probation officer does see her. The probation officer who she kicked out or tried to kick out of, of the last one does go and see her to sign a piece of paper. To sign a piece of paper. That's not screaming. Listen, we're going to get to her screaming. That way, what we heard was not screaming. Don't worry. All right. Oh. Jessica the White is going to brush down donkeys right now, and we're sitting here watching court videos. People, nobody should work today because I have off. Okay, I knew it. I knew it. Some people would understand her. Mika, you understand her. You're a year older now and you understand these. Yep. You're going to need earplugs in a little bit. It's only 18 seconds long and I will warn you before it happens. Do not worry. All right. Now we're going to see what happened when the probation officer tried to go get the paper filled out.
Veronica, you leave the iPad here in the chair from now on,
No,
okay?
it isn't.
So I can't have you walking around. with it,
Judge.
okay?
Judge,
Your Honor, we're back on the record.
This is 2 days later. So we started on the 20th, then we went to the 27th, and now it's 2 days later.
Okay, we are back on the record. We have Ms. Torres
Yo.
here.
can you hear me?
I can.
Hi, nice haircut.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. So, Judge, I signed your paper.
Let me just talk to Ms. Butler too. So just let her jump in, but I'm happy to hear wherever we're at. So Ms. Butler, if you can just share us where we're at.
Thank you, Your Honor. So I met with Ms. Torres Villalobos, and Veronica, is that still how you'd like to be referred to, Ms. Torres Villalobos?
So Rebecca did say, why would someone give her control of the device? Well, they took that control away. She's done. But it doesn't last long. She takes control of the device right back.
That's all the way up. I'll just go in my room.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess.
Damn chicks. These chicks won't shut up and they're so goddamn loud. I don't even fucking respect. Yo, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I think
We
Yeah.
that's
can
probably-
hear you fine.
Down in there.
Can you
Okay.
hear us now?
Veronica, can you hear us?
It's just too loud in there. I'm sorry. I
Are
can't
you
be
able
in
to-
there. Then.
Are you able to hear us now, Ms. Torres Villalobos?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. I just
Okay, good.
want to know if you guys can hear me
we can.
or each other or whatever.
Yes, we can.
We can.
All right.
All right. So as I was saying, Ms. Obviously everyone is aware that we have been trying to get Ms. Torres Villalobos to sign this release of information. The last time that that we saw her quickly in court, and Your Honor talked to her, let her know that if with
If
the
we signed the
offer
paper, that
of the
was enough.
30 days of jail time, if she did sign this release of information, that she would be getting out of custody today, given that she has been in custody since December 7th. So, you know, we left, Elodie and I left that form with Ms. Torres Villalobos yesterday so that she could review it on her own. She did sign the form. However, the form does say you can cross out any of the partners on this list that you would not agree to share information with. Ms. Torres Villalobos has crossed off some portions, many portions of that form, and many of those providers. So I told
All of
her
them.
that she has that form with her. She kind of showed it to me in the video. I told her that I would bring that up, let her show the court
Like you just want to just smack her in the back of the head to help her get those words out. Just she would get smacked every 5 seconds. Bam, bam, bam. Come on, spit it out. You can do this.
And the prosecutor, the form that she signed, and
Okay.
Miss,
I'm
can I
sorry,
jump-
it's not you, it's because these girls are way too loud and it's very
Understood.
difficult to hear.
So
I
Ms.
was
Torres
just told, Your
Villalobos,
Honor, I was told by you yourself when I saw you on Wednesday, hey, you know what, as long as you sign the paper, you'll get out on Friday. I left mental health partners on there because there are counseling, they can provide me with my medication, with my counseling, which we both agreed that we need. Okay, I did what I had to do. I'm not gonna sit there and give permission to release my information to Boulder Police Department. Are they gonna be my counselors? Are they gonna provide me with my medication and all that? I mean, I'm willing to do whatever you want me to do, Your Honor. I cannot be in here. They won't even get me. I had 2 police officers and Elodie harass me all day about the dang paper. About a paper that they needed me to sign. I signed it. I can show it to you.
why don't you do that? Go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to ask Ms. Butler real quick. Do you know if the municipal court and the city attorney's office are still on that form?
Did you want to see the signed one, Your Honor, or did you, the signed part, or did the?
Because we're okay with her crossing some agencies off.
I'll let,
I just think with mental health
We
partners,
do
being
need to
that
be
they are
included
mental health,
the list
and
of
that I do need the
agencies
help.
before we can make her.
Okay, let me ask you a
I'm sorry,
question
I'm
then.
just- Which one did you want to see, Your Honor, the signed one?
I need to see the signed one and we want to know, okay,
So it is signed. I signed it this morning. One of the deputies helped me
afternoon.
understand it, to
Okay.
understand it more. The only reason why I did mental health partners and, because I want them to release my information. Clinica, I have to do with the face-to-face thing, I guess. So I can't do anything about that. But with mental health, since I do need help because of this, what I told you about, what had happened to me. And everything. I just thought the counseling and the medication and everything that I need, the medications that they're giving me in here, it works for me. They put me on 2 different medications in here, actually. One's the Seroquel, which is at night, but the other one they said is Seroquel too, but it starts with a Q. So for something, I don't know what it is, but that one doesn't make me drowsy or anything, and it helps it. It helps my anxiety a whole lot.
okay.
Especially being locked in here 24/7, Your Honor. Come on.
Let me
please.
ask
What
you a
else do you want me
question.
to do?
Let me ask you
Yes,
a
sir.
question. Did
Yes,
you
sir.
are you allowed?
We got plans for today, J Fire. We're all going to head down to Colorado and help her sign this document. Today, we're going to get it done.
Allowing the prosecutor's office to be able to get the information? Did you cross
Yes.
them off? They
Yes.
can? Okay, that's
Yes.
what Ms. Keller was concerned about.
No, I'll let the prosecutor's office with you guys, with you, Chris Reynolds, and Yet. That's fine.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
fine with that, and I'm fine with mental health partners, but that's it. Your Honor,
All
this
right.
is just too much to let everybody else in.
All
This is
right.
more of a legal situation, Your Honor.
Yes, okay, so here we
Oh,
are.
but with you
Does
guys,
that
yes, I'll
Hang
be
on a
with you
second,
on
Ms.
Thursday.
Ms.
at
Torres,
barbecue.
Ms. Torres, hold on a second. Let's hear from Ms. Keller now, so she can just say what her position is.
I just want to confirm that it's not only the city attorney's office, but the court, the municipal court as well. So the navigators are
Yes.
able to see that.
Yes, I know that.
Okay.
Yes, I know that. They're allowed. You guys are allowed to do that.
Thank you. I just wanted to confirm.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.
Okay,
So
so
now
Ms.
what, Your
Keller,
Honor?
that puts you in the position of deciding whether the offer is available.
The offer is available, Your Honor.
Okay, so what that means, Ms. Torres Villalobos, is if you decide to plead guilty to the one charge that was offered, you're going to get a jail sentence from me. You'll get credit for the time you've been in custody and you'll be released from our hold.
Today?
Yes,
Are you serious?
yes.
Can I go by and see you and just give you a big hug?
Well, not yet. we gotta go through the process first. Let's get through the process, okay? So it won't take very long. It won't take very long, but I have to pull up the case. And
But I
then have
won't
to
be
ask you
getting out
questions.
today, you promise?
Yeah, I told you that. Yeah.
I love you.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take the plea.
I'll see you on Thursday.
Okay, let's start
I'll
with
see you
taking the plea. And then we're
I
gonna close
promise,
up
I'll see
cases.
you every week, and I'll let you know what my progress is like and everything.
That's what I want to hear. That's really what I want to hear. It's more important than anything else to me as you get some.
I'll see you.
So he is overly nice. He's not being overly nice here, even though he is way too nice. Like he's on the spectrum the wrong way. He runs these programs that the people have to go to him and show them their progress and take tests with him. And he gets them housing, he gets them all this stuff. But he runs those, like they go to him, they have to report to him. So that's why he's saying, I can't wait to hear that. I want to hear what's happening.
Every Thursday, and I'll go see a counselor and everything at Mental Health Partners. I'll keep up with you. I will, I promise.
Okay. All right, let's take the plea then. Let me go over the case with you because I want to make sure that we're on the same track here. So give me a moment.
Okay.
So what the charge is that you'll be pleading guilty to is in case number 2022 3879. And that is, I'm going to pull that up right now, but if you plead guilty to that charge, then I'll be imposing a jail sentence, giving you credit for the time you've been in custody, and all the other charges will be dismissed. Is that correct, Ms. Keller?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
So, wait, one more question.
Yes,
One more question. So I have no open cases with you guys?
you will not.
It's done now, or?
Not yet. I got to take the plea. So
Okay.
we're getting there.
After today, it will be done.
That is right. Okay, so let me take the plea and go over the charge with you. So this dates back to 2022. Ms. Torres Villalobos, and the charge at the time was obstructing government operations. When you plead guilty to that charge, you're giving up your right to trial and all of the other rights you have in our court. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Are you doing that voluntarily?
Voluntarily, yes.
Is anybody forcing you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medications or drugs or alcohol?
No, sir.
And do you understand this charge of obstructing government operations?
Yes, sir.
And would you waive a factual basis for the charge, Ms. Butler?
Yes, Your
I'm
Honor.
sorry?
Let me go ahead and accept that guilty plea. It is to the charge of obstructing government operations on September 24th of 2022 at Central Park at 1236 Canyon Boulevard. How do you plead to that charge?
Guilty. But I just, because I was here in 2020. Okay, guilty.
I'll accept that.
I got
guilty
here in
plea.
2020. Okay, no, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the wrong year because September 25th is when I got back from Texas, 2021.
Yep.
Because I was in 2020, I was in Texas, but I was only there for a year and a half, but I got here on September 25th, which was on a Thursday. So that's why I was like, wait a minute now, but you said 22 or
Yep.
2022, right? Okay, so yeah.
So you plead guilty to that?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to accept that guilty plea. Any further comment from you, Ms. Keller, or from you, Ms. Butler, before I impose sentence?
My only comment is that we just need to get a copy of that ROI.
Right.
So she can hand it to an officer and then email it to me or Mr. Reynolds. We just need to get it somehow.
And so, Ms. Torres Villalobos, can you?
That one's the
You have
prosecutor.
that document? Can you give it?
So this time, the girl on the top left, she looks like the other one, but Reynolds is out today, so that's the other prosecutor.
To the officer?
I'm gonna go talk to her because I don't.
Okay, do you want to talk to him and tell him?
Yes.
Hold on.
Hi, I'm sorry. Officer
It's
Middlebrooks.
a
what
little bit of
can
an
I do?
unusual process, but we're working here with Ms. Torres Villalobos and Ms. Molina. She's gonna give you that signed document the document she's signed.
Jim, her or me?
Okay.
Who are you
And
talking about?
If you would do the favor to the city attorney's office, they can email to you, and then you can email back to them once you have their email contact. If you'll scan and email that back to their office, they need to have that as part of the plea agreement.
Your Honor, I would like to
Okay,
be
and
CC on that scan copy as well, because I do need to upload it for the high utilizer.
We'll rely on me to get that to you.
Yeah, and officer, can you just spell your last name for me so I make sure I have the right?
Sure. It's MIDDLEBROOKS.
Awesome. All right, I will send you an email. Thank you so much.
Okay, and ma'am, I'm sorry, am I forwarding this to you then?
Yes, if you forward it to me, I'll pass it along to Neot, and then Mr. Reynolds from our office.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Any other comment before I impose sentence, Ms. Keller?
Nothing from your
Thank you, ma'am.
Ms. Butler?
Hello.
Um,
Hello.
so I would just say, perhaps, I would suggest that
can't say
perhaps the minute orders from today or the sentencing order or something reflects what was said on the record and what Ms. Torres Villalobos agreed to. It may be unclear based on the form that she signed, but what she verbally kind of agreed to with agencies and partners, she's approved for that release of information. Perhaps that clarification should be included in the minute orders that can be, I guess, attached to the ROI or something.
It'll be in our register of actions. I'll put an order that reflects that. And to make it clear, rather than impose the jail sentence that was requested of 30 days, I'm going to make it a 21-day jail sentence that will start on December 7th. That way it'll be clear with credit for time served that Ms. Torres Villalobos is entitled to be released from custody today. So it'll take them a few hours to do that, Ms. Torres Villalobos. You're going to have to be patient. So don't expect that to happen momentarily. It'll take them at least 2 or 3 hours to get you released.
That's fine. Thank you so much, Your Honor. I'll see you on Thursday for Deacon's Closet, and I'll give you a report about.
I would love to see
Yeah, Thursday next week.
Yes.
Happy New Year's. I love you, and I'll see you next week.
All right. And keep up on,
for-
I want a couple of more things to just say. I want you to keep up on your promise now, of staying on those medications. They're helping you.
Meds.
And I want you to meet with
Definitely.
those partners. Those aren't orders from the court, but that's what I really want to see you do. That's more
I know,
important.
and I'm gonna keep my promise with you, and I'm gonna start staying at the shelter every night and order myself. You should put that in the order too. But I have to stay at the shelter every day, every
Okay.
night, so I don't mess up, so I can take my medications. Hopefully if they can help me, if I get out early enough, it's 11, if I get out early enough, I could go pick up the medications today.
Yes. Okay. Well,
So
I
if
hope
I can
you'll
get out
follow through
early
on
enough,
those things.
where they
That's
close
what's
at like
really
5, I
important.
think. Yeah, so if I can go get it, then mental health partners will definitely help me, from what I was told here at the jail. Now,
Okay.
mental health partners will help me. I just need to get a prescription or whatever for the Sarcos or whatever, and I'll be fine, because I'm taking Tylenol and naproxen for 30 days.
Okay.
So I got a lot of medications to fill. So if I can get out here by the time they close, that would be great.
All right. You've
And
made
I
some
promise
really
you,
good
Honor, I will
progress.
stay at the house. I will stay at the shelter every night, and I'll
Okay.
keep up with my counseling and everything. I won't let you down.
She doesn't stay
Okay.
at the shelter.
Okay.
That's a spoiler alert.
Thank you so much, Ron. Mwah! I love you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I mean,
Bye.
All
I guess
right.
the spoiler alert
Officer,
should have
we're
came
ready
first,
for the next
but
defendant. Thank you for your help so much. Appreciate it.
come to Discord, people. It's fun and funny. Okay. Spoilers. The spoiler's already done. All right. Now, I left this part separate because she screams. So she just got out of this hearing with You might want to it. Here it comes.
For the next defendant. Thank you for your help so much. Appreciate it.
No problem at all. We'll head to Chris's room. That'll take us just a few minutes to get there. Okay, thank you.
That's not it. That's not it. That's it. That would be it. Now there's more, okay? Now we see her today. Yeah, it was over. That was the scream. Remember how she was complaining how all those other people were too loud? All right, now we got one more. It's 2 minutes long. We got to see her for 2 minutes before she was out today. And then we're gonna completely switch gears from this judge to a completely different judge. Here we go. Here's the last 2 minutes of her, what she did today. The outside courtroom again.
All right, Your Honor, we have Miss Veronica Molina here, and we're going to try to do this as quickly as we can here. But Miss Molina had this one open community court eligible case.
It wasn't open, I just got the case.
Yeah, just a very
It
recent.
was a stupid case. They said they had prohibited items. It was just my shopping cart. You know that I'm homeless now again? I'm staying on the street because the fucking shelter won't sit there and give me the reserve bed. I call every fucking week. All of a sudden my 90 days comes up. I haven't even been there 90 days. Judge, I just got out in December.
Would you mind if I?
And then now I can't stay at the shelter. And so
Let's give Chris a chance to talk, Ms.
I
Molina.
call every
Give
Monday.
Chris a chance.
Every Monday I call. No, you ain't set up, but then all these other bums in there,
Can I
but
tell,
not this bum.
can I tell him about this great work he just did with us here? We've been trying to do this for a long time. So Miss Molina signed the universal ROI. Her case with us can be dismissed.
Yeah, because
Okay.
they're not desperate for that, for my signature, so they can keep
Kind of.
with this
Yeah.
bullshit on. That they don't even help me, Judge. What's
All right,
up?
well-
They don't even help me. What's up?
We are going to dismiss the case. That Chris has just asked me to
Oh,
dismiss the one
Well,
case
that's
for you.
great. Is it done then?
It is.
Dismiss?
Yes,
Thank
it
you
is.
so much, Jeff. Thank you so much. Are we
Okay.
done?
We
'Cause I
are.
really don't want to be here.
I
I
understand.
haven't been here in 3 weeks. I don't want to be here.
You're
I know.
totally free to go. Veronica.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Your
Chris.
Honor. Try and do that one for one. Okay, all right. Yes, I don't know if we're gonna have anybody else, but that was worth the price of admission right there. So we'll come back on and let you know if we're gonna be closing up shop shortly.
That was worth the price of admission, he said, for dealing with the outdoor court today. It's hard in the outdoor court because everybody's talking. There's so much noise, and you're in front of the judge, and you're trying to get these people over, and they're all off their meds. All of them are off their meds. But who was from Boulder, Colorado? It went up so far, and I can't remember. It was just a few minutes ago, so how in the world would I remember something like that? Someone just came in chat from Boulder, Colorado. And I understand, how you might think, just so you know, that it does help some of them. It really does. It gets them houses. Auto. Yes. Yes, auto. It they do help some. We only see the ones where it doesn't help. But a lot of people do get help from that. I mean, a lot more than almost, a lot of the other courtrooms we see. Like this next one. Hi Donald. We're gonna go to Florida, and I want you to, I want you to compare this next one with Judge Khan. Here we go. Oh, by the way, some of you have already seen this because my great people in the very middle of the night when the entire world is sleeping went on to a 5-minute live stream with me to help me get this audio working. So the last time I played this courtroom, half of you could not hear anything, and the other half Good. Yeah, I know. Simple Auto. I know. I know. Simple Auto lives in Boulder, Colorado, and he has a large camp of 50 living within a mile of his business. So you see me put a ton of tents and camping charges on here, and it's because they are desperately trying to clean this up, and they can't. They 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 just can't. I mean, it seems like as soon as they get some off, even more come into their place. It's a real problem in Boulder. It really, really is. No, no, this I'm telling you, Carolyn, because they hopped in there and helped me today, and we figured out this audio issue. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 62.5% sure everybody's going to hear this, not just half of the people. And that's great because this courtroom is so good. It gives nothing but content all day, every day, like this little ditty right here. It's coming. It's coming. There we go.
Okay. You do qualify for appointment to counsel. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you at this time. State.
15,000.
Defense.
Judge, the court should be aware that both parties in this were arrested. I suspect they're both here in court this afternoon.
Right.
I don't know any way, anyhow, what Mr. Pruitt can afford toward a surety bond. Can you just give the court a number, please, sir?
Okay. Okay, well, defense, any recommendation?
I need a moment, Judge. Hello? Can you understand what I'm asking about the financial part?
You're on the mic. You're on the mic.
Oh, sorry. Judge, you'd like to address the court briefly?
Okay.
Like 500.
The issue is scary situation, what I read through in the cinder block. I'm going to stick with the state's at this point recommendation based upon what I have. I'm going to set bond at 15,000. I'm going to order you to have no contact with the victim. Next court date's June 18th at 8 a.m. for the Judge Ingram. Good luck. Rhonda Allison.
This one here. I'm just talking. I'm on my glasses.
Okay, you do qualify.
Excuse me, my glasses are here. You talk. You sit here. You talk. Mrs. Gill, I need to say something. These angels and groups help me figure the system out. These angels and groups are lawyers, angels, groups, lawyers, angels and groups, lawyers.
Okay, you do qualify for appointment of counsel. I'm going to go ahead and appoint public defender to represent you. I have you here.
Let's talk.
Hang on.
Let me talk.
No, I'm talking.
The last guy drug you.
Take her out.
Take her out. The last guy drug me. Don't let me talk. Let me talk.
Okay. I've appointed. Bond's going to remain 5,500. Next court date's June 18th. Okay. Nemesia Dorsey.
I don't understand the system. The angels let me figure it out. The angels help me figure it out. I'm sitting here because he's set up for me.
Deputies got to get her out of here. I know, but I can't have her in here because I can't continue. Okay. Okay, next up, Nemesia Dorsey.
So if you hear the officers, they're like, it's it's not her fault. She's not all there. It's not her fault. Now, I don't know if you noticed with all the screaming going on, but what happened there when she started screaming is that whole line of inmates got louder and louder and louder. Now they stayed in their seats, but the officers were trying to control them while get her out, and they had nowhere to put her because there's no room anywhere to put her. And everywhere she goes, she like jackets up the stress in the room, and the inmates they get rowdy, and now the officers have to control everybody and not just her. So it's a problem. Now, that put this judge in not the best mood. Yes, Marie K, they feed off each other. So when one starts going off, they all start going off. And then there's fights, and then there's, all kinds of bad things. So they had to get her out. And yes, she needs medication. Yes, she's crazy. She needs help. But that doesn't stop the fact that, she put everybody in a dangerous situation right there. Wasn't her fault. But it happened. Now, the judge is not in the best mood. So, here we go.
She's not all there.
Okay. Ms. Dorsey, you do qualify for appointment of counsel in this case. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you at this time. I have you here on 24 MM 30018. You're here in a violation, pretrial release conditions. Bond's currently set at none, and you do have bond on the following pending cases. 24 MM 29839, that's 24 MM 29839. 24 CF 29815, that's 24 CF 29815, and 24 MM 28714, that's 24 MM 28714. State.
$10,000. I didn't hear the number, Judge, I'm sorry. When's that? 10,000. I need a moment, Judge.
Okay.
Is that affordable?
I was muted. Okay, I fixed it. Remember Judge Kahn? Remember the last judge? He would have sat there and he would have, let her talk and let her talk. This judge, he's like, No, I'm talking," and she spoke, and he's like, "Get her out, get her out." It's completely night and day. But this person coming up to the judge right now, yeah, he might want to stay way over there where he is because he's nothing good is about to happen. Nothing, nothing, nothing.
Judge, she'd like to address the. Try again.
I go 4 or 500, sir.
Okay, well, here's the deal. The number I set today, that's going to be the least of your issues. I spoke to you yesterday, told you absolutely no contact.
I don't got nobody to do
Don't
it.
say anything, but right now, I told you yesterday you'd have no contact. This is the second time you're back violating court order specifically for that. So in the case today, I'm going to set bond at $1,000. However, based on the authority that I have in Chapter 903 and 269 Southern 3rd, 639 Rodriguez v. State, I do have the authority on a new law violation to revoke prior bonds. I'm going to exercise that authority here today. So as to 24 MM 29839, 24 CF 29815, 24 MM 28714, I'm going to revoke the bonds in those cases and set them at none. Next court date on the new case is July 18th, 9 a.m. in front of Judge Baker. Good luck. Next up.
I was reading chat, so I might have missed it. Did he revoke the bonds? Yes, he did. I don't think I missed. I think I showed it. He revoked the other bonds. He gave them her whatever, I don't remember, a bond for the new case, and then revoked all the other old bonds because he made contact after just yesterday the judge said, "Don't contact her." Yeah, Julie, that was the first 3. That was literally the first 3. I haven't seen any more yet because I didn't have time. I got those 3 and then I hopped on trying to fix the audio because the audio comes out mono, not stereo. I don't know, Rebecca. I can't remember, but it doesn't matter. It's a person who contacted a no contact person that the judge told them yesterday not to contact because they're in jail for bad contact. So now they can't get out of jail at all. Judge Khan would have never, never, never done that. This judge is great. And then he sits in the chair for a little bit and he leaves. And a completely other judge comes, it's a girl with, I think, blonde hair. She sits down for a while and she's pretty much the same, like revoking bonds, revoking bonds. So I was watching cases in Colorado today. And because of the weekend, all the counties sort of shipped everyone to one county. I think it was in Pueblo. And they were doing Lemire, they were doing Boulder, they were doing all counties. Now, I mean, a lot of them were Zoom. So they didn't ship anybody anywhere. They just called in on their computer. But they want to have off work tomorrow. So wait, what day are we on? Whatever, Monday, whenever Monday comes, I don't know when Monday is. They want to have off Monday. So they tried to get all these counties to do bond hearings today. And you could hear the judge all day long. We don't have the resources, saying to the prosecutor, we don't have the resources to keep them. We don't have the resources to keep them. They get a bond, they get a bond, they get a bond, they get a PR, $100 bond, $50 bond, $500 bonds all day long. Because they don't have the resources to keep them. So listen, Jim, I don't know what day it is. I have no idea. So it doesn't matter what day it is. I have off. So see, no makeup. And my fuzzy shirt because I have off and nobody can make me get dressed and brush my hair on a day I have off. Nobody can. Not even if Mother Teresa told Jesus to tell me to drive and do it, I wouldn't do it. Okay. Now we're going to go to Louisiana. New Orleans, I think. And we're going to do 2 probation cases. So what we see all these people getting PR. And I think parole, we're going to parole cases. And I feel parole and PR bond are really similar. Okay. They give you rules, you have to follow them. If you don't follow them, you go back to jail. Same thing. So we see all these people get PR bonds. But we don't get to see if they mess up and go back to jail. So, yeah, real quick, since Fozzie put that up, online delivery. So that's good. Everybody make your screen real tiny. Thank you. Everybody just ignore the Vibes online delivery. I quit my job as a database administrator and I bought a food truck. And that is just vibe, but it was Vibes, so I used it for my PayPal. All right. So here's the parole. Let's go to the parole board.
All right, good morning. Committee on Parole is reconvening. We're at East Baton Rouge Parish Prison.
Baton Rouge.
My name is Cheryl Renatzel, serving as chairman of today's parole panel. My colleagues today on the panel seated to my left is Mr. Danny Byrod, to my right is Mr. Patrick Stokes. Would the officer there at EBR please introduce yourself for the record?
Lieutenant Murphy, East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office.
Not
All
today.
right, thank you, Lieutenant Murphy, for accommodating us this morning.
You're welcome.
we have Mr. Jackson before us.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Jackson, would you introduce yourself? Tell us your DOC number.
Good morning. My name is Trayshawn Jackson. DOC number is 610-511.
All right, Mr. Jackson, we're here for a revocation decision. I want you to know that your wife, Miss Anika Jackson, we've been in communication with us this morning. She is at work. So she wanted to participate, on Zoom, and give a statement, but since she's at work, she's not able to do that. So she sent it to us in writing.
Okay.
So she is watching.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, Mr. Jackson, I'm going to read the allegations. First of all, do you have a revocation questionnaire in front of you? Is that your signature down at the
Yes, ma'am.
page that you
Yes, ma'am.
find? Okay. Based on that, you're not eligible for appointed counsel. So what I'll do is I'm going to read the allegations against you, ask you to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty. Then I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Byra to start the interview because your case has been assigned to him.
Okay.
All right, you're accused of violating the conditions of your parole, specifically condition number 1, and it reads, you failed to report to probation and parole within 48 hours of your release to sign up for parole supervision. You were released on December 7, 2023. So how do you plead to violating condition number 1?
Oh yeah, RW, I was a server at Bob's Big Boy. Remember those? I also worked at Roy Rogers. Remember those?
Guilty.
Then we have condition number 4, and it reads, you engaged in criminal conduct on February 6, 2024 in the commission of the offense second-degree battery, booked into the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison on this charge by Louisiana Probation and Parole on February 7, 2024. On March 25th, 2024, you appeared in the East Baton Rouge Parish Court for arraignment for the charge, simple battery. The court was advised that you wish to withdraw your former plea of not guilty and plead guilty. So the court sentenced you to be confined in the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison for a period of 3 months. How do you plead to violating condition number 4?
Guilty.
All right, would you answer any questions Mr. Byra may have for you?
I'm going to read a little bit of the report and then I'm going to ask you the question. This report is about what caused all the problems I think that you have in a day. The subject reported to the Baton Rouge District Office on 2/6/24 for parole intake setup, dressed in an obscene manner with his pants below his waistline and was asked multiple times to pick his pants up to his waistline. He responded in aggressive tones multiple times. This is how I wear my clothes. I questioned, am I going to jail today if I don't? It was explained to him that our office policy is professional place of business with females present, and he was directed to place his pants up to his waistline. Subject questioned again, am I in aggressive tone? Am I going to jail if I don't? He was then requested to have a seat in the lobby. And subject's uncooperative manner was reported to supervisors. Supervisor Mitchell advised he would speak to the subject. When Supervisor Mitchell made contact with the subject, he continued to be uncooperative about his dress. Subject was detained and informed that he would be placed in East Baton Rouge Prison on parole hold and brought to the parole hearing for noncompliance for following instructions of the parole officer. During the transport to East Baton Rouge Jail, subject made multiple threats in the presence of agents, T. David and Agent D. Allen, stating he would go off once he got to the jail and that he is going to hit the first white boy he sees. After arrival at the East Baton Rouge Jail, while waiting in the booking area, subject began telling other inmates he would give them money for attacking white boys. While waiting to be seen by the booking deputy, an inmate later identified as Joshua Tate walked through the area where Jackson was seated. And once he got near the subject, Jackson struck Tate in the face, knocking him to the ground. At this time, the subject was pepper sprayed and the sheriff's deputy detained him. Subject was booked for second-degree battery charges. Can you explain that? What was going on right there? That's the problem that it seems like you dared the probation and parole officer to bring you to jail. And now you want us to let you go. Tell me what was going on there and why you think we should let you go after doing something like that.
Okay, I would take all accountability and all responsibility for any wrongdoing that I did do. But at the time I didn't have no belt. So my pants wasn't below my belt, my waist. It just was I didn't have no belt. So that was the argument what came up. I was trying to get him to understand that he was telling me to pick my pants. I'm telling him that I don't have no belt. So we did have a disagreement about that. I did get frustrated because they brought me to jail. I felt like it was wrongfully because I didn't do anything. I was doing everything right. I was trying to do everything right in the correct way. And I guess I did get frustrated, but then when I came in, I did make some allegations, and then me and somebody had an encounter. But that's because when I came in, I was already frustrated, and he had said a racial term. But I should have never put my hands on him. But that is what happened.
So you struck a guy that you never met before because he said something to you?
Yeah. When I came in, he was saying racial terms to me. He called me the N-word. I told the supervisor that when she came on interview.
Bunch of witnesses there, and nobody says that in the police report. They say he was just an innocent guy walking through the area that you had promised to punch the next guy that came through.
Oh, sir.
No, so that's wrong.
I was verbally upset and was talking crazy, but I didn't say I was gonna punch the first white person. And if I did, I probably just don't remember.
Okay. So you eventually got lucky and got a reduced plea on that and pled guilty to simple battery and aggravated battery. Second-degree battery.
Sir.
Right. And I guess you answered. Can you tell me why you think after doing a violation like that we should release you back for another trial? Why, in your own words, why do you think it would be a good idea to let you back again?
I feel like that, sir, because I feel like if y'all give me another trial, y'all could give me anger management classes. Y'all can give me community service. I will prove that I would do anything for my freedom. I will prove it. I know I made a mistake. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like this sit down has showed me why the mistake that I made it really would cost me my freedom, and I need to be more understanding with the choices that I make. But you could put me on anything. House monitor, I will show you that I deserve my freedom. That's what I understand.
I got you. Do you realize at this point that all you had to do was pick your pants up and hold them with your hand?
Yes,
and
sir.
you ever ended up where you are right now?
That's crazy talk.
For 3 months, I beat myself up about that.
I want to make sure you understood it. It would have been that simple. All right, that's all the questions I have.
Any questions?
How dare they say that? How dare they?
How long have you been incarcerated?
So you talking about so far?
No, your entire career.
A long time, sir.
Where were you incarcerated at?
I've been incarcerated in East Baton Rouge, Ascension, West Baton Rouge, Callahoola, Riverbend, and I did the reentry program, Angola program with True to White.
How long did you stay in Angola?
2 years, sir.
2 years. It seems like you realize, it seems like you have an anger problem. And one of the things I've learned is the choices that we make are the choices we have to live with. And sometimes I know it's hard, but it's, what you did was not good. And it seems like you have a little remorse about it, and that's good. What is it you think now that you could do differently?
Right, you talking about do differently in the past or do differently right now?
Now,
See, the thing what I was doing when I was on the street, I had got me a mental health doctor. Well, I only got to see her 2 times. Where she was telling me, I was telling her that me being incarcerated over the years, but had affected my way of thinking. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like I have to be aggressive with everything I've done because the way I have to live or adapt over the years from prison, because the prison not helping me, making me better, it's making me worse.
how long were you out on parole?
I was only out 2 months. I came home, got married, and then I was about to go on my honeymoon, but I thought I was done with parole. I didn't know I was still on parole. Then they called me and said that I had to go sign up. I called my old parole officer. She said I was still on parole. That's the only reason why I didn't sign up. I didn't even think I was still on parole. This is my first time violating myself.
You never got any information that you should do once you got out?
See, they said I signed something, but I thought that was for my bond. Because I violated my parole, then I bonded out. So I thought that was for that. But because I didn't read it.
I got you. Of course.
You signed that certificate before you left, and then you said you just threw it away because you got a copy.
Yes, ma'am.
Finally got to the parole office after your family said you needed to check in. You said you threw it away.
Well, yeah, yes, ma'am. Because I thought that was everything I was signing. I thought that was just for like bond obligation. Because they said I had to go to Ascension for parole, and I don't have no charges in Ascension. So I was like, how am I on parole in Ascension? I don't even stay in Ascension. I thought it was a misunderstanding. So I just so happy to be home.
Pay close attention. So let me read the little note from your wife, just so you have it, so you know. She says, I am sending this email to let you know that my husband is a good person. He is a loving father, a hard worker for our family. We are newlyweds, and I would love for you to give him a chance to be here with his family. Belongs. With the support of me, our family, our weekly counselor, and loving church, we stand behind him. We know Trayshawn has a bright future and will do what he needs to be done to make this right. All I ask is that you let my husband free so he can prove to you that he's not the person some painting to be. Thank you so much, and I pray to God that you will have compassion to let my husband free. So, anything else you want to say to us before we vote?
I just want to tell y'all that I did mess up, but if y'all give me a chance, I'm ready to make y'all proud.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Byron, you ready to vote?
Well, I'm sure it's gonna come as no surprise to you that I'm gonna vote to deny your parole, revoke you. Because punching the innocent guy, the first guy that walked through the door, is inexcusable in my book. The arguments with the probation and parole officer, maybe we could get over that. But when you tell them you're gonna punch the first guy you see, and then you do punch the first guy you see, that's serious. And that's the reason why you're gonna get what you asked for, and that's your parole is the vote.
Mr. Tillis.
My vote is to revoke also. I think you need to get some more anger management, and I think you need to start thinking about what you do before you do it.
Mr. Jackson, it's unfortunate that you're in the situation you're in. I do concur with my colleagues. My vote today is to revoke, and I'm going to recommend that you be allowed to take an anger management class and a class that's called Thinking for Change. Have you ever had that, either of those classes?
Yes, ma'am, I had that before.
You did. Maybe you need a refresher in it. I'm going to put it on the thing. You'll have
can I ask you for one thing?
Have the opportunity to reapply for parole, and we're going to send you some instructions on how you can do that. But yeah, what's your question?
can y'all let me send me for to see a mental health doctor so I could try to get
Vote on that. I
part of the
did
medicine,
see- I will make
medicine
that,
or something?
I will make that note because I do see on your parole revocation questionnaire, you did indicate a diagnosis. So yes, I will ask for that.
Okay.
Good luck to you, sir. That conclude our business in East Baton Rouge. We're gonna sign off in East Baton Rouge at 11:17.
Okay, we're staying here for one more. And the mom comes on this one. And I have no idea what she says. I mean, she says words. She doesn't like some people. That's true. But I have no idea what any of those words. She says a whole bunch of words, and then she says, so if he gets out, he's going to do better. You'll see. It makes no sense. I don't think his mom helped him. I don't think his mom hurt him. It just, I don't even know why she bothered. I just don't know. Here we go.
On Thursday, May 23rd, 2024, we're now at the Caddo Correctional Center. My name is Cheryl Renatza, serving as chairman of today's parole panel. My colleagues on the panel this morning, seated to my left, Mr. Danny Byra, to my right is Mr. Chucky Tillis. Would the staff there at Caddo please introduce yourself for the record?
Latasha Richardson, classification.
Rick Ferris.
All right, thank y'all for accommodating us this morning. Well, this afternoon, yeah, still morning. Mr. Ivory, good morning.
Good morning.
Would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC number.
Christopher Ivory, DOC number 616744.
All right, thank you, sir. And we have joining us by telephone, your mother, Miss Luana Ivory. We'll be calling on her at the appropriate time for her remarks. We're here for a revocation decision. First, I will read the allegations against you, after which you should enter a plea of guilty or not guilty to each one. And then once we're finished with that process, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Tillis. Your case has been assigned to him. He'll be asking you some questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, then we'll hear from your mom. So you're accused of, first, do you have a revocation questionnaire there with you in front of you?
Yes, ma'am.
That's your signature at the bottom of that page.
Yes, ma'am.
So based on the information in that form, you're not eligible for appointed counsel this morning. So are you ready to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
You're accused of violating the conditions of your parole, specifically condition number 2.
So I had to get buy a new computer to do court videos because nobody liked my crappy audio on my crappy old laptop. Nobody liked it. Everybody complained. So I got a new computer. I never set a background yet. So what happens is every couple hours, Microsoft decides to just change the picture of my background to something different. And when they do that, it's just like, it like freezes everything. So today, during the middle of my stream, Microsoft decided to change my background to a freaking squirrel and freeze my live stream. Yep. Stuff happens.
You failed to report for the months of August, September, October, November, and December 2023. Additionally, you failed to report on February 14th, 2023, as directed on February 14th, 2023. How do you plead to violating condition number 2?
Guilty.
Then we have condition number 3, well, multiple number 3s, but the first one is you were located outside of the state of Louisiana in Utah, where you were without permission or knowledge of the parole office. How do you plead to violating that instance of condition number 3?
Guilty.
And then number 3 again, you relocated from your listed residence at 35, that instance of number 3.
Not guilty.
Okay. And then next one, you relocated from your listed residence at permission or approval from the parole office. How do you plead to that instance of number 3?
Not guilty.
Number 3 again, it says you relocated from your listed residence, which says you failed to provide proof of employment to the parole office. How do you plead to violating number 6?
Not guilty.
Number 8, you rendered random urine drug screening or referral to a treatment center impossible by absconding supervision. How do you plead to violating number 8?
Not guilty.
And the last one is condition number 9. It reads, you rendered field contacts impossible by absconding supervision, being arrested outside the state in Utah. How do you plead to violating number 9?
You say I completed what? I didn't.
Yeah, let me read it again.
Yes, ma'am.
You made field contacts by your parole officer impossible by absconding supervision as evidenced by your arrest outside the state of Louisiana in Utah. How do you plead to 9? Would you say?
Guilty.
Guilty. All right. Would you answer any questions, Mr. Tillerman? Tillis?
Good morning, how are you?
No, all right.
How long have you been on parole?
Since February the 3rd, 2023.
2023?
Yes, sir. Well, I got out of jail. I got out of prison on February the 3rd, 2023. At 12:01.
Oh. Did anyone give you any instructions on what you had to do with your parole officer?
When I
Yes,
went,
they did.
well, I got out Friday at 12:01. That Monday morning, I went straight to report. My officer went there. They fingerprinted me and they gave me a card with her number. And I called her, but never got an answer. But it was on me because I never shot her a text, and
So I left the
I
state.
just waited on her to call me. And when she called me, she reported to my grandmother's house, which is, I called her like the day before I went to go stay with over my lady friend house, and she asked me where I was, and I told her, and she wanted me to come and report the next day with the address, so I did that.
You gave it to her?
Yes, sir.
Were you using drugs? Are you using drugs?
No, sir.
You never used drugs?
No, sir. That was my past. I used drugs, but ever since I had went to jail off this charge here and came back home, I didn't use any drugs, alcohol. I just wanted to work and take care of my family.
It seemed as though I read your report, I read it twice, and it seemed like your parole officer had a very difficult time trying to get in touch with you. And
Probably.
in the record
Yes.
states that
Yes,
you
I
had
will.
several different
Yes.
addresses that you gave.
Yes, sir.
Is that a reason for that?
Yeah. When she made contact with me at 541 East Stoner, she told me that that I wasn't like parole officers and convicted felons was supposed to be around the area. So I was like, well, she making me change my address, but I still live with my grandmother I'm at 3627 Frederick Street. But I gave her the address to let her know, like, if I ain't at home, then I might just be over here just visiting, you know?
She made you change your address?
Yeah, she made me put the address on the paperwork when I went down there to report to her the next following day. And then me and my lady friend started having altercations. So before anything escalated, I left and went back home to 3627 Frederick Street. But I never told Ms. Combs that.
So you did receive some instructions on what you should do and what you should not do?
I got a package when I went to the parole board, but I never did sit down and look at the package. Only thing she was telling me about, because I had an aggravated charge,
she said, she was just giving me, like, it wasn't no way that I was gonna get off parole early.
Okay. What happened? Why did you leave the state?
Well, I had a job offer and I wanted to take it because I was working at home. Like, I was working 2 jobs at home and I was always tired and wasn't making enough money. So I took the job in the oil field at Cyclone Drilling, and I knew some guys that worked there and they had passes to work. And me and Ms. Cone and the supervisor talked about it and it went from there.
You talked to your parole officer about it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's what amazed me. She was stating that it was very difficult and she didn't know you were out of state. And then what's getting me is that, and I guess sometimes we all do it, you get a package and you don't go through it. And I think if I had made parole, I'd probably do everything I can to stay in touch with my parole officer and do that.
Well, while I was out in the field,
I'm thinking about calling a parole officer today just to get in touch with them and send them birthday cards in case I ever do get caught and go to jail.
and I was out there, I tried to call her and get in touch with her, but it just wasn't working. I guess she was so fed up with me by me going to 2 different addresses and stuff like that. So,
Guys, guess what? It's Chanel's birthday. Please, please, everybody go say happy birthday to Janelle. Please, 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 please. It's so much fun for the person whose birthday it is to get a happy birthday from all these people. And, we're going to get you too. We really will. But it's Janelle's birthday today. So go into the comments and type happy birthday. Yes, preemptive strike. Get to know the probation officers now. Yes. Buy them candy. Yeah, exactly. Why ask for parole if you're just gonna skip? Oh man.
How often would you call her when you were out of town?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow is Janelle's birthday.
probably
Tuesday.
like a handful. That's it.
Tuesday. But that's fine. Do it now.
5 times in 4 months. 4 months. August, September, October, November, December, 5 months. Once a month. You were calling her once a month. Is that what you're saying?
Probably I called probably like twice and I just used to let it like ride or something like that. And then try again sometime later on down the line.
Okay, I have no more questions.
Sarah? Looking at your record, you failed to report 6 out of the 11 months that you were on supervision. You moved 4 times without permission. Absconded supervision in August of 2023. You failed to provide a valid address, did not report for any drug screen, and you were arrested in Utah that you admitted to that. You had to know that going to Utah without permission of the parole officer, whether you read your package or not, was a violation. What do you say? So tell me, why you think we should give you another chance? Because it looks like you just threw your first chance out the window and, I'm gonna call, I might call, I did call, I didn't. The parole certificate tells you that you're gonna report. It doesn't say I'm gonna call or I'm gonna text. The back of your certificate says I will report to the parole officer when directed to do so once a month. So you didn't do that. And that's one of the basic things. Good thing is you didn't get arrested for any new charges. That's a good thing. But tell me why, in your own words, if we give you another shot, what you're gonna do different and why you think you need to do something different. Because you can't do what you did right here and you can't just call and let it ride like you said. Because let it ride turns into warrant every time. So tell me why you think you deserve another chance after all of that?
Well, first of all,
Guys, we haven't heard from Mom yet. Can Mom save him? Can Mama Bear come on here and save her little baby boy from prison? Here we go.
I wasn't indulging in any criminal activity. Me and Miss Cone talked about drug screen and I went to her office, but she told me she was gonna get my urine at home before everything started going down. And if y'all give me another chance, make sure I stay in contact with my parole officer. Don't leave the state. Make sure she know where I stay at every night. Make sure she know where I work. Pay my supervision fees and stay out of trouble. And not do any type of illegal activity or drugs or anything.
Is this the first time that you've been on parole?
No, sir.
How did your last parole?
It went well all the way up until the end. Cause I was doing drugs the last time I was on parole. And I had financial problems. So I had stopped reporting. And for like my last few months, I think it was like 3 months or something. And she came to the house, the same address, 3627 Frederick Street, and came and picked me up from there. And I did the remainder of my sentence here at Caddo.
You realize what you just said, what messed up the first one? You stopped reporting.
Yes, sir.
That's what happened. You realize that your parole officer is not there to get you. You know, if you go into the parole office and you walk in and you say, Ms. Combs, I got a drug problem and I need some help and I want some help, you're not going to end up in jail for that. You're going to end up in treatment. She's going to get you help. The parole officer is there to help you. You know, you don't need to be worried about, you know, going in there and being truthful. They're going to help you. They're going to help you to take care of whatever the problems you have.
Yes, sir.
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right.
So let me ask you this. How would you describe the relationship you and your Ms. Cone, the parole officer, had?
It was okay before I just took it upon myself to leave and go and work.
Yeah, well, I'm reading some of the notes that were in here. It seems as though you were not very respectful at times when you were speaking with her. You were yelling at her, hollering at her on the phone and things like that. Would you disagree with any of that?
Yes, ma'am, I disagree.
And so let's see. This had to do with, and did you ever lie to her?
No, ma'am. I tried to be so truthful with her, but she always thought that I was lying to her about any situation or anything I tried to be honest with her about because the address changes.
Did you lie to her? Why would she ask him that? Why would she? I think she just threw that question in for comic relief. I just think so. Yes, they're hiding from the owls. The owls will eat them. We all know owls eat squirrels. Darn owls.
I guess. Or when she called me, I wasn't never available at home. I answer her phone call if I'm at work and tell her I'm at work. And she was probably just thinking I was just a liar. Because at the time I had 2 jobs.
Listen,
I
this
didn't.
is not the first entry, but this is one entry of you being disrespectful. I'll say it that way. Uh-oh, did we lose them?
I'm still here.
Yeah, your camera, for some reason your camera went off, but I'm going to continue. There you go. Okay, telephone contact from Ivory, wanted to take a job out of state. You did say you spoke about that. Working 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. I told him he couldn't do that. He could not be supervised out of state. He got angry and started hollering that I was trying to hold him back and he was trying to better himself. I tried to explain there were plenty of jobs in town. We could assist him with that. He didn't want to hear that. continued to talk loudly. I told him he was not going to holler at me or I'd hang up. He said, okay, and then hung up. And there's multiple, you know, the next day, similar thing happened and so forth. And, you know, you just can't treat your parole officer who's really trying to help you
Yes,
in
ma'am.
that way. So, I don't have any other questions. We're going to ask your mother. Miss Ivory, what would you like to say to us about your son?
Here we go.
Well, I had, well, first of all, how everyone is doing. And I went to the office and I have spoke with Ms. Cone personally myself. And she kind of got a little bit loud with me because I guess she didn't know exactly who I was. Then I let her know exactly who I were. And she kind of lowered her voice. And we pretty much spoke respectable to each other and very professional with each other. And like I told her, I say Christopher went. I say he asked you and your supervisor, could he work out of state? He asked for a pass, and she disregarded due to his conviction. And I understood that. So I agree with her on that. So I just say, well, we'll just go through the process and see what's what. So if he gets a second chance, I'm pretty sure he would do everything the right way.
Okay, well, thank you so
What?
much for
Wait,
calling in this morning.
hold on. That was all about her setting the probation officer in her place because she didn't know who she was speaking with. And then if you give Christopher a chance, he's going to do everything you say. What? Huh? What just happened there?
And I'm sorry we couldn't get you on the Zoom, but the telephone seemed to work just fine.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Christopher, what would you like to, well, is there anything you'd like to say to us before we vote?
If y'all give me another chance, I'll make everything right. I'll listen to my officer. I wouldn't have nothing to say smart or if she asks me anything, I'll ask.
True.
Well, I'll answer her in a respectful manner and order and just stay out of trouble and do as everybody say do and take care of my grandparents and be there for my kids and my mom and my dad.
All right, sir, I think we're prepared to vote. Mr. Tillis?
Like to go into executive.
We have a motion for executive session, second by Mr. Barra. Please call the roll.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Barrow?
Yeah.
Phyllis?
Chuck, yes.
Mr. Ivory, we're going to be in executive session for just a few moments to discuss confidential matters. Just stand by. We'll be right back.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Ivory, we're back in regular session. It's 12 minutes after 12.
Damn, that was
We're
quick.
prepared to vote. Mr. Tillis will vote first.
Mr. Ivy, I think at this time, I think you need to get some anger management classes. And I would strongly suggest get with your parole officer and get another copy of the do's and don'ts. So that if you ever come up again, you can you'll know what's happening and stay in touch with her. She's to help you, not hurt you. My vote is to revoke.
Mr. Barra?
I'm going to concur with Mr. Tillis on the revocation.
My vote is also to revoke. It's fine that you have violated the conditions of your parole. So today, sir, your parole is being revoked. You will have an opportunity to reapply for another parole hearing. Take Mr. Tillis's advice if you can get enrolled, and I know they have classes there. Enroll in some anger management classes if you can. and whatever else may be available to you. We'll send you some information on how. you
I
can
know.
reapply for another parole.
No.
Yes, ma'am. And can I, if I don't, can I be eligible for work release and more programs?
That's not up to us. That's up to the DOC, but we'll let them know you expressed an interest in that.
In other words, no.
Okay, we'd like to, that concludes our business today. We're gonna adjourn. It's 12:14.
Yes.
Thanks to the folks at Caddo for accommodating us.
Perfect ending, Kelly, for everybody who served, and especially the families, and most especially the mamas. Yeah, I'm biased, but most especially the mamas. Thank you for serving. Thank you. Okay. So just so you know, when we see people out on PR bonds, they go back. If they deserve it, they go back. If they follow the rules, they stay out. It's not always fair. It's just not always fair. But we see judges that are harder than others, judges that are softer than others, and it's just all balance. Tammy, I don't know if you're with us, but you're always with us, always, always. And we love that you come in here and, come in whenever you can, whenever you want to. No, I'm not wearing makeup tomorrow. I have off tomorrow. You wear makeup, Donald. Sorry, I did it again, didn't I? Pause so I can read. No, I'm not wearing makeup tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow. You wear makeup tomorrow. Oh no, Monica, it's over. Hey, welcome. Should I start over? Because you missed her. I can't say her name because I don't know if you noticed, guys, but in each video her name like changed a little bit. I think for real on her birth certificate or whatever, it's Melina. But she preferred to be called the Luis, whatever, I can't remember. So they tried to accommodate her, but okay, legal, fine. I guess I'll wear makeup tomorrow. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'll put makeup on because I want to wear something spectacular, right? We all have to wear something spectacular. Watch, I'm just gonna have like my big dog brewery shirt on. Rouge, rouge. Donald, you're aging yourself. We don't use rouge anymore. Apparently, it made girls sick. I don't have a bow tie. I might get a bow tie before now and then. I might. We'll see. I'm not, I'm lazy. So probably it's not going to happen. I want to. In my head, I want to go and I want to get a bow tie from the bow tie store. Where the hell do you get a bow tie? Yep. Donald's getting sick because he put on rouge. All right, guys. I am out of videos for today, and none of the courts are open. And the Amazon, it's for tomorrow. I hope Amazon's so good that you can just order it and they will come in within 5 minutes and tie it for you. I don't know. You got to click this little link to figure out what time it's going to be. So courts are closed today. So I'm going to try to get content from YouTube, but not the YouTube y'all have already seen. Don't worry. I'm going to dig to the YouTube channels that nobody knows about yet. It is abso-freaking-lutely time to move this party to Discord where it's way fun. Way, way, way fun. Rebecca, you are so smart. I think my dog has a collar with a bow tie on it. That's awesome. That's over the top. That's awesome, 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 awesome. So right now it is Monday. So in 24 hours, I might stream again. But then 36 hours, well, 34 hours, I will stream again. I have strong suspicions that I'm gonna find content. Don't. All right, I will find one that'll fit around my neck. If it fits, I sit. I'm gonna wear a dog collar with a bow tie on it. Uh-oh. Oh man, I hate when people come in right at the end. Oh man, it's just sad. You're gonna send me a treat. I hope it's milk bone. I'm not gonna lie. I hope it's a milk bone. All right, guys. Prepositions? My mom knows how to use prepositions. She ain't no fool. She knows how to use them. It's a biscuit. It's a doggy biscuit. It's a milk bone. It tastes like, not that I know. Thanks. Thanks, RW. See ya, everyone, tomorrow at some point. We didn't start without you, Legal. We started at the exact second you came in. Nothing happened before you got here. I didn't even start my live. Oh. Everybody's coming late. Victoria. Victoria, we're talking about tomorrow. I'm so excited. I got some things planned. I stopped gathering videos because I was so busy working on tomorrow. But you know what? Content just fell into my lap today. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And actually, I'm going to tell Judge this too. Victoria and Melissa are, you know, his bosses tomorrow because they're mods and he's not. So if he doesn't do what they say, they're going to light him up. They're going to mute him. Oh my God, that would be so funny if Victoria or Melissa muted him or kicked him. Or gave him a stern warning like Cloud does. They can't because they have to face him the next day. We're not, absolutely not going to get Victoria and Melissa in trouble. Victoria, whatever you do not listen to anything I suggest that you do. Yep. Well, I'm going to see a lot of people I haven't seen because it's going to be in the middle of the day tomorrow, which is crazy. So I don't know exactly what time the stream's going to start. It's, whenever Judge is ready. I had a time up there, so hopefully it's close, close to when I'm going to start. But because, I'm professional, absolutely professional. Yep. Kelly, I don't expect a large turnout at all, actually, because it's completely opposite the time that I usually go, and the people who are awake that time don't even know my name, so they wouldn't know that it's happening. I don't know how they would even know to come. That's why I tried to put Fleischer in the thumbnail and in the description, and I tried to put it out with a couple days, so hopefully like it hit my name. I mean, Carolyn, I can't watch chat. It hopefully it hit their suggestions a little bit, and then people who've never seen me before, which is a lot, might click on it. Who knows? Listen, Carolyn, I stay up every single night just for you. Only for you, or I'd be doing it during, good times. Just kidding, Carolyn. Yes, yes, yes. People love the Judge. And the streams that you've been talking up on, I think, are like the group that we're in. So they probably know about it. Hopefully not, But yeah, make sure they're allowed to be posted. Jay, you enjoy your day off too. I hope everybody has a really, really, really good day today. And eats something good today because, I'm sure someone's going to be cooking all kinds of stuff. There was already lots of food talk in chat. Yes, exactly. If you click on the little thumbnail on my channel, you will see the time that it starts for you. And Mika, you got a bunch of them. You got a bunch of happy birthdays. Now it's Janelle's turn. So everybody has to hop in and say happy birthday to Janelle. And thank you so much again for Spud. Thank you so much. And anybody who supported on Patreon, I really, really appreciate it. Now, it is time for you guys to hop into Discord and continue this conversation because, like Cloud says, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great day, guys. I will see you soon. Oh, Spud. Now you're here. I don't know if everybody already clicked off or anything, but I thanked you a couple times today. Thank you, Spud. I appreciate it. I do. Thank you. All right. This time it's for real. Bye-bye.